Edwin Sifuna is exactly who he thinks he is. Yesterday he made some submission at one of the local TV stations and it was just interesting. But the bigger question is Sifuna working on behalf of someone, or is he speaking with the blessings from powers from above? That's a bigger question that I want us to dissect this particular afternoon. So stay tuned. And if it is your first time on my channel, guys, could you kindly just spare a moment of your time and hit that subscription button and put on a notification bell as well, so that when I do subsequent videos, you'll not miss out.
I am telling you, personally as Sifuna, we want a government that will respect the rule of law, that will respect human rights and the dignity of the people of Kenya.
Does this government do that?
This government surely does not. This government is killing the people. This government does not listen to the people. This is the worst possible government. If you go back to the spirit of the Constitution in 2010, this is the worst possible government we would have envisaged. It's the direct opposite of what we wanted. So I hear William Ruto has succeeded in bullying these guys in the opposition, Kina Kalonzo, into, he says, these people just say one term, they don't have any agenda. I want William Ruto to know that his removal from office is a national priority agenda. It is the only agenda, because his government is totally opposed to everything that this constitution stands for. And I want these people to be bold. Don't be bullied. You don't have to, he wants to push you into a corner where you're discussing markets. Tell Albert Ojwang about markets and roads. In my ranking, removing Ruto is top. It's even higher than getting a second terminal at JKI or dualing Malaba to Mombasa.
And how would we do that?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's talk about that, because there's those calls for one term.
Yeah.
The president, on the other hand, calls those calls unconstitutional.
They are not unconstitutional.
So,
these terms are granted by the public. I've told you we are the sovereign. Yeah. If we decide to give you one term, we will give you a term. If we decide to give you half a term, we impeach you. I mean, it is in the Constitution. And you can also resign midway from public pressure. We have seen it happen. We have seen it happen that governments have collapsed under the weight of the pressure of the people. Because once people have rejected you, they have rejected you. It is a constitutional way to remove somebody midterm. Yeah.
And one of those would be impeachment, as you said.
Correct.
Do you think Parliament is sufficiently independent to do that, if that is what the people would ask them to do? And you sit in the Senate, which would be a very important player in this.
Personally, if he was sent to the Senate, I would impeach him without blinking, the way the other one who was sent to us was impeached.
If there is something that has given the Kenya Kwanza government a lot of confusion ever since they came into unholy union, I've called it unholy union because it was not endorsed with so many of the youths and the Gen Z. So if there is something that is giving them a lot of confusion, is Edwin Sifuna. Remember, the guy is the Secretary General of the ODM, a party in which they are in a broad-based formation. But yes, he signed the document at the KICC for the partnership of the working partnership between the UDA and the ODM. But what he speaks in the public is contrary from what he signed at the KICC. So this begs a question. Is the guy speaking with the blessings from the top? Remember, a few months ago, there was a meeting in Nyanza. In attendance was Raila Amolo Odinga. Sifuna did not miss his words. He came on the podium and spoke his mind as bravely as he's been speaking all through. And people expected that Raila Odinga would stand up and reprimand Sifuna of the words that he said in the presence of the president. But shock on them, Raila Odinga echoed Sifuna's sentiments. He just said that Sifuna should go slow. As in, he did not reprimand him, he just said that he should just not go overboard in his criticism against the government. So that tells you that perhaps he's working with the blessings of Agwambo in what he does. Remember 2 days ago, Agwambo was in one of the local stations and he promised Kenyans that he's going to be in this union, on this marriage with the UDA party until 2027. And 2 days later, Sifuna comes on the local on the local TV station and give his sentiments. And you've just had a sneak preview of the video that I've just played. Sifuna saying that if the impeachment motion was brought at the Senate, he would do what he did to Rigathi Gachagua. He would vote for it, that the president be impeached. So this tells you that there is a lot of confusion in this union of the UDA and the ODM party. But if we look at these events with a third eye, now let's see it from a different angle and leave the two parties alone. Let's just look at it with a third eye. What if, just what if it's Baba that has given Sifuna the blessings to speak that, so that he comes on the negotiating table? You know, you can threaten. I use as threaten. You can threaten the government, and because they are so much desperate, they need you, they will do anything that you tell them to do. What if this is just Nicarata? What if this is just a card that they are holding to use and threaten the UDA party, so that UDA would submit to their demands? There is a possibility for that, because we normally say in politics anything and everything is possible. I'm yet to hear from other ODM supporters, except bloggers that I've been reading on Twitter that have gone after Sifuna. But the top command, Akina Anyang' Nyong'o, Akina Gladys Wanga, Akina James Orengo, have said nothing regarding what Sifuna said yesterday. And remember previously when Sifuna was receiving backlash from the ODM groupies from the ODM bloggers, Akina Anyang' Nyong'o said that the statements that Sifuna issues normally comes from the statement that they've discussed behind the closed door. So that tells you a lot, guys. Well, guys, I'll leave everything to you for interpretation, because that is just my opinion and my observation. If it is your first time on my channel, before you sign out, could you kindly just spare a moment of your time and hit that subscription button and put on a notification bell as well, so that when I do subsequent videos, you'll not miss out. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely day.